There's only two Carpenter movies that I really didn't like, The Ward and Village of the Damned, mainly because they were boring and they lacked that little spark, that little unique feel that most Carpenter movies have. Most of his other movies have at least something to offer, and Vampires has quite a bit. An admittedly miscast James Wood plays Jack Wood, a bad-mouthed leader of a crew of mercenaries tasked with taking down vampires across the Mexican desert. Think Snake Plissken, only uglier, older, and a whole lot less likable. Everything about the film feels rough and ugly, from the language and the acting to the cinematography and the set pieces. Thankfully there's no political correctness or sparkling bloodsuckers here. You would have thought that Carpenter would have already made a vampire flick by now, maybe sometime in his heydays in the 80s. Not so. I mean, this was made in the 90s, where he just seemed to be making flop after flop after flop. However, I still came away from this film pleasantly surprised. Don't go in looking for a classic though, you'll end up thinking it's a dud. There's not much to remember, a couple of decent shootouts here and there, and John's signature moody keyboard loops are instead replaced by guitar solos. But it's not a bad movie. However, I did notice while I was doing my Carpenter marathon that it's the first film where this irritating fade-in, fade-out style of editing that he adopted in his later films happens. I mean, you've got a normal, satisfactory scene, and it'll just be ruined by making it seem like a dream sequence where instead of cutting from one frame to another frame, it'll fade. And that has a massive impact on certain scenes. And it was even used in action scenes, which really gave off a weird vibe. The opening shootout will get my pick for best scene.